This is Ian from Lean Media, and sometimes what I do for my video channels is I do what's called a Dr. Amazon review. Today I'm going to be doing a Dr. Amazon review of the detail page for Burn Book, A Tech Love Story by Kara Swisher. Be sure to like and share this, and basically I'm going to be evaluating what the publishing team did right with Burn Book and some areas that they need to make some improvements. So the first thing I did to find this book is I searched for Kara Swisher in the mobile app. And just one reminder to anybody watching this video, mobile app views are more than half of the total view to your detail page, whether you're selling books or you're selling widgets or you're selling something else. So you really need to take a look at the mobile detail page as well as the desktop detail page. So what I did on the mobile app is I searched for Kara Swisher. Her book came up first, which is good. However, there is a problem below it, and you'll start to see these things like Kara Swisher from Silicon Valley to Swisher's Vision, Kara Swisher biography. These books are not authorized by Kara Swisher, and they probably were written by some sort of AI. You can see they were published in the last couple weeks, clearly to capitalize on all the buzz around Kara's legitimate book. So if I were on the publishing team right now, I would be contacting Amazon and maybe even getting the lawyers involved and saying, take these other books down. These are not authorized. Maybe there's some copyright infringement going on, especially if it's an AI generated book, ChatGPT generated book, but these need to be taken off of the search results and also off of the detail page. Let's take a look at the detail page. There's a couple things that are working really well for this book and a couple things that are not working really well. So the things that are working well. So first of all, it says bestseller and it says editor's pick. That's really good. You can also see that the book cover is really easy to read. And I mention that because a lot of the time when you're looking at book covers in particular, if you shrink them down to thumbnail size for a mobile application or maybe for on the desktop, you'll see that it's really hard to read what it's about. So let's take a look at You Might Also Like. This is a carousel below Kara's book. Most of these books, they actually have easy to read titles. The business case for AI, that the text is big. The one next to it, not so much. A gaming home companion, it's a little bit hard to read. And the one next to that, Dinner on Monster Island, like the text is too small and sometimes the visual themes on there, it's not really clear what it's about. But this book, the Kara's book, it's really easy to see what it's about. It has a picture of her on the front. The text is in giant red letters on a white background. I often see that basically publishers who want their book to be noticed, they will do variations of white text on a red background or red text on a white background. So she did that too. The bestseller link is awesome because that's validation for any reader who is coming to this particular page, prospective reader, I should say. The goal of the detail page is to increase your conversions. It has a direct impact on the amount of marketing you have to do and especially the amount of marketing you have to pay for. Because if you have a higher conversion rate for your detail page, that means you have to spend less money on marketing to get 10,000 people in your target audience to your detail page. So just keep that in mind as we go through these other things here. The title of the book is also very good. So Burn Book, A Tech Love Story. Basically, when I search for tech history, and let's do that right now, tech history, you want relevant books to be showing up at the top. And indeed, Kara's book is showing up at the top because first of all, it has tech in the title. The book is about tech history. It says so in the description and probably in the metadata keywords. And also it's in the right categories for tech history. So her book is showing up at the top when people search for completely, a text phrase that's not actually in the title itself. But because the book is so well optimized in other ways, including having one of the words in the title, and also I'm assuming the metadata and the description, her book shows up when people just search for tech history. So that's really good. Let's go through some of the other things that I'm seeing here. One thing to keep in mind, especially for people who are buying on the mobile app, is the images really matter more than the text. And she actually, whoever wrote the description, someone wrote a professional level description. It's really long. I don't think most mobile viewers are going to be looking through all this text. They might skim it, but they're not going to be looking at the whole thing. The book cover itself is really important, and she does that well. The other opportunity for images on your detail page is A+ content. So if you're a seller on Amazon, you have access to premium A+ content. If you follow a couple rules that Amazon has about that. But even if you're a publisher, I think every publisher nowadays has the ability to add A+ content. This is like basically rich dynamic content, which appears further down the page. And you can see it's not on this particular book. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see if we can find it in the category listing, because I did see some other books that do have A+ content. Oh, actually, before we go to that, one other issue that I noticed with Kara's book, it says about the author, and it says Kara Swisher, and there's a button that says follow. You'll notice next to it, there is just a kind of a placeholder icon. That means she has not created an author bio. Even worse, if you tap on her name, ideally what this should do, it should show all of her books. And it says some of these books are here, but I would also be afraid that some of the books that she didn't write are showing up as well, such as those bogus books that are about her. There's also no option for her to describe who she is. So, usually for authors who created an author central bio on Amazon, you can kind of basically add a paragraph about yourself describing, who you are, what your background is. Kara Swisher is a well-known journalist, so that should be on there. So that was missing. The A+ content is missing as well. I'm actually not going to get into that in too much detail because I'm afraid I don't have enough time to talk. The only other issue that I really noticed with this particular book is that while she has 26 reviews and there are 4.4 stars, that's really good, there's not enough of them. And looking at the other competitors in the same category, like the computer technology industry, some of the other books, even relatively recent ones, they have at least 100 ratings and reviews. Some of them even have thousands or tens of thousands of reviews. So I would say the publishing team really has to get on top of the ARCs. Those are the advanced reader copies. They can use a program like NetGalley or something like that, basically to get the book in the hands of reviewers who will give an honest review. The review might be good, the review might be bad, but oftentimes these reviews also show up on Amazon, and you want to get kind of a critical mass of reader reviews on there. 26 is a good start, and the book was only released earlier this week, so I expect in the next couple weeks that will go up. But if I were on the publishing team, I would really get on top of getting more ratings and reviews for the Amazon detail page. Anyways, that's my take on the detail page, Amazon detail page for Kara Swisher's Burn books. It looks like an excellent book. I intend to buy the Kindle edition of it when it comes out. But those are my takes as a longtime publisher and also a longtime seller on Amazon, the things that could be improved with the detail page.